Okay. All right, Darcy. Okay, you're recording. Sweet. Okay. Tonight we are going to be talking about product knowledge and how to fit a VIP. This is going to be really in depth. Hi, Julia. So if you want to get a piece of paper and a pen, or if you're on your computer or something, I'm going to go over every single product that we have. I know it might be like not new for you, but I always learn something new, whether it comes down to how you fit a VIP, the process of doing it, or even product knowledge. So, because there's still products that I don't even use yet. So, we're going to go over everything. If you're comfortable with it, can you turn your camera on? I do much better talking to faces than I do pictures or names. So if you're comfortable, please turn your camera on. I will also, if you have questions, except for you, Darcy, turn your camera off. I'm just kidding. Um, if you have questions or anything about a product, or if you want to know a little bit more about the product, just type it in the chat or unmute yourself and ask. And then I can answer it then. But we will go ahead and get started. And we're going to start off with the shampoos. So I have a few things that I will share with you guys afterwards on the Goal Getters page, so that you can save them on your phone and use them, but that's where I'm referencing it right now. So first we're going to start off with the Renew shampoo. I don't think you guys are stupid. I know you know what it is. But so for the Renew shampoo, that's more for people with really dry scalp or really dry hair. It has the highest concentration of Rejuvenique oil in it. So if you would never pair someone who has really thin, oily hair with Renew. Like, that is not going to be a good time for them. Ask Ashley. And so it's super great for dandruff, because a lot of people have like really dry scalp and that's why they have dandruff. So it's going to help them out with that. Blondes tend to be more porous, so they need more hydration. So this is super good for blondes, fake blondes, real blondes, all of the kinds of blondes. It's good with extensions and processed hair. And it's also very moisturizing and hydrating for people with curly hair. I think I'm going to try and talk with Christy later and see if we can do a call on curly hair, but this is a really good one that I fit curly people with sometimes, depending on if they have an oily scalp or not. So if they're curly and have a dry scalp, Renew is great for them. Again, stop me at any point if you want to know more about a certain product, but I'm just going to keep going. So the next one is Revive, and this is our volumizing shampoo. So this is super great for thin, limp, oily hair, because it's not very hydrating, so it's not going to overload their hair with oils. And it's super great for volume. So the volume line, which is like the Revive and Revitalize, they plump the strands of the hair. So that gives the appearance of more voluminous hair, bigger hair. So if this would not be for someone who has frizzy hair, because their hair already gets big and it's just going to make it bigger. I can attest to that, because I tried it once with my frizzy curly hair and it did not go well. So don't fit people like me with that. Again, it's not super hydrating, so you would not give this to people with coarse hair, or people with dry hair. It says if it's your main shampoo that you might want to pair it with something else that might be a little more hydrating, since it doesn't have a lot of moisture or anything like that in it. So great for oily scalps, and great for hair that is not frizzy, and great for hair that is thin. The next one is the Intense Repair shampoo. This one, I started out being a little wary about pairing people with it, but I've actually used it myself, and it's actually really great. But it has our highest amount of Capixyl in it. So this is our growing agent, and this is what is going to help people regrow their hair, or make their scalp hospitable to new hair growth. So we're always about a healthy scalp equals healthy hair. This is something that is super great for people who have just gone through chemo and they're trying to grow their hair back at a faster rate. People with alopecia, men who have thinning hair, balding. It says on here if they're outside a lot. I honestly don't know what that has to do with it, but it's for really damaged hair or hair that needs to grow. So like severe scalp issues, this would be good for them because it helps growing that hair back that they might have lost. It has a DHT hormone. It decreases the DHT hormone in it, and that is what contributes to hair loss. So when you take things like Rogaine, which is supposed to help with hair loss, that actually has a blood pressure medicine in it that swells up the follicle to hold on to the hair, and that's why the hair doesn't shed. And that's not great for your scalp because your hair is supposed to shed. So we just come in and we make the scalp hospitable for new hair growth, to let the hair cycle do what it needs to do. And we do it all in a naturally based way. So there's no harmful chemicals or medicines or anything in there like that. Again, it's our most drying shampoo besides the Black 2-in-1. So if someone has super, super, super oily scalp, this will be great for them. But if they have a dry scalp, but they still need that extra Capixyl in it, I would pair them with something hydrating as well, so they can mix and match that, because you don't want their scalp to get too dry, but also the oil is great for doing treatments to help out with that too. So the next one is the Black 2-in-1, the shampoo conditioner. So this is only a 2-in-1 for men. It's not a 2-in-1 for women. So if you are a man, this is pretty much the only thing you need. But if you are giving this to a woman, then you also need to pair her with another conditioner. Our shampoos open up the hair follicle so that all the goodness and like nutrients and everything can get in there and do what it needs to do because of the Rejuvenique oil. But then our conditioners come back down and it seals the hair follicle back together, so that it all stays in there and it's not like a blown out piece of hair. So the Black is like our second most drying. So I give this to people with super oily scalps who don't need something so severe as intense repair, but also great for short hair, for thinning hair. So great for men, but also great for women who have super, super oily scalp. If you have someone who has oily hair or oily scalp but has frizzy hair, the Black shampoo is a great matchup for them, because if you try and put them on Revive, if they're frizzy, that's not going to be good. So this is a great option for frizzy, oily hair. I've heard that it's also good for dandruff, but I would just be careful that it doesn't get too dry, because you might have to pair them with Renew to get some more hydration in there. The next one is our dry shampoo, which everyone loves, except Ashley Blevins. She's the only person I know of that doesn't love the dry shampoo, which I think is hilarious. And I don't remember why she said that, but the dry shampoo is great. And it is awesome because it's not like other dry shampoos. It doesn't mask the oil. It doesn't leave a white residue, like a chalky feeling. It actually cleans the hair. So when we're shaking it up, we're kind of activating it, mixing all those good mixing all the good product up together. And then when we spray it on, we want to let it sit for 1 minute to 2 minutes, and then you can brush through, or you can, oh, you're so cute, girl, look at you, Julia, you're so cute. And then like run your fingers through it or whatever you need to do to get it into your hair. So a great thing about this is putting it on at night before you know you're going to be having day 2 hair, because then it can soak into your hair all night long and really soak up all that oil while you're sleeping. So that's a good tip to tell your VIPs or to do yourself. The next one is the Junior shampoo. So a lot of the Junior line, of course, is used by kids. But if you have someone who is super, super, super sensitive to literally everything in the world, but they want to try Monate and they tried something else and it didn't work, I would put them on the Junior line, because it's really gentle, it's non-irritating, it doesn't dry anything out. It's just a really good, gentle, clean shampoo. So that one's a great one to use. Of course, you can use it on kids. You can really use it on anyone, but it's normally kids between the ages 1 and 9. But still, It's a really great shampoo. The next one is a smoothing shampoo, one of my favorites. So this one is pretty much good for any hair type because the shampoo is great for thin hair, but it's also great for ethnic hair and thick hair, curly hair, straight hair. I mean, it's just really good. It fights against humidity. It fights against frizz and some flyaways, and it kind of makes your hair smoother because it's a smoothing shampoo. This is also has, I mean, all of our products have Rejuvenique oil in them if you didn't know that. But it has amino acids. So a lot of times our hair gets stripped of those, and those are proteins. And so it puts some protein back in your hair. It's not too much, but it's just enough to kind of defrizz, kind of chill it out, you know. Again, great for curly hair. It's a lot of the times I put a lot of curly girls on smoothing duo. The next one is a clarifying shampoo. This one is like, it's not an everyday shampoo. So clarifying is like an extra deep cleanse. So impurities, excess oils, just a really deep cleanse. And it's not supposed to dry out your hair, but you don't want to use it too often. So this is something that you would maybe use 2 to 3 times a month if you need that extra cleanse. So if you're in the pool a lot during the summer, or if you use a ton of product for whatever reason, a lot of curly girls use a lot of product. So they will do a clarifying wash every now and then to kind of reset. And anyone can do that, but it's definitely not a everyday shampoo. The hydrating shampoo, the advanced hydrating shampoo. So this is a part of one of our collections, which I'll touch on in a bit, but I just want to explain the shampoo. So all of our shampoos are sulfate free, but this one is sulfate free. And it hydrates the hair, but it's great for thin hair. So when we talked about the Renew shampoo earlier, how it's great for thick hair, advanced hydrating shampoo is great for thin hair. It's also great for curly girls because a lot of curly people don't have the hydration that they need for their curls to bounce and to stay formed. So this is a great one for curly hair as well. And it does not weigh down hair, so that's why it's awesome for thin hair. It does kind of smell like a man, like a very sexy man, but it smells like a man. So if you don't like that smell, it might not be for you. I know my aunt was using the conditioner. She was like, I cannot handle it. It is too much like a man, and I don't want my hair smelling like that. So that's a part of one of the collections that I'll touch on in a second. And then the restructuring shampoo is also one of the other collections. This one is super lightweight and gentle. It's low suds on purpose because the restructuring line is for really damaged hair, so you don't want it to be too crazy because you're trying to not break more hair because their hair is really brittle and damaged. So this one rebuilds and rehydrates your hair. The next 3 are the color lines, which are 50% off right now. So if you have people in your life, listen up, because these are for them. Well, you know what I mean. So the Brilliant Blonde is great for warm golden tones to pull that out, but it's also really great for natural redheads. So if you have a natural redhead who's never dyed their hair and they love it, if they use the Brilliant Blonde shampoo, their red is going to pop, like for real. So that one's great for normal warm blondes and redheads. The Perfectly Platinum is a purple shampoo, and it's great to remove any brassy tones. Some tricks with all of these lines is you can put it on dry hair and it will act, and you can like let it sit for 5 to 10 to 15 minutes. It'll kind of act more like more strongly as a toner, and then you can get in the shower and wash it out. They all still kind of tone your hair to remove whatever it is that you're wanting to remove with whatever color, but doing it on dry hair works really well too. And then you have the beautiful Brunette, and that one pulls out those rich tones and like your brown hair. And these are all great on colored hair and on normal natural hair, natural color. So those are all of the shampoos. So next we're going to go into the conditioners, and I'll let you know kind of how they pair up with shampoos as well. So the first one is Revitalize Conditioner. This is a part of the volumizing line as well. So this normally matches with Revive shampoo. So someone who is looking for more volume, they want their hair to not be so limp, they kind of want more texture. this is what they need. If their hair is thin and it's not frizzy, then this is for them. It will plump their strands. It will moisturize their hair, but it's not super, super moisturizing. It also works for people whose hair is thinning. It'll help with kind of filling in some of that thinness in their hair because of the plumping of the strands. It's okay for curly hair. It's not my first choice because most curly people have frizzy hair. So it's normally not a good match, but there are some people who have thin, not frizzy, curly hair that it can work for. So it just depends on the person. Intense Repair conditioner. This normally matches up with Intense Repair shampoo, but it doesn't have to. I've matched a lot of people with this who might need the restructuring line because they have a lot of damage, but they don't want to drop the money on it. So a lot of times I will end up pairing them with this conditioner because it repairs, it boosts hair growth as well. It stimulates the scalp. It's really great for brittle hair. And kind of pushes new growth out. So they're going to be getting new hair while also trying to repair the damaged part of their hair as well. Again, that's kind of like I don't want to say cheap version, but kind of like the cheap version of restructuring. But always try and sell restructuring if that's what they need. But you can always fall back on Intense Repair conditioner. And the next one is Restore Leave-In conditioner. Wait, do you put Intense Repair on your scalp? For Intense Repair conditioner, it's not heavy. It's not, so what I do is I will put it on my ends first, and whatever's left over on my hands, I'll massage it on my scalp. I would just, if you have VIPs who use that, I would just make sure you're really telling them to make sure it's completely washed out. But it does stimulate the scalp to boost hair growth as well. Yeah, Restore Leave-In conditioner is my friend Danny, who I'm FaceTime with, her hair had bought during the sale of the Intense Repair line because she had some spots that were thinning, and I gave her samples of Renew. It makes her hair hurt when she flips her hair. What? Okay, hold on. She said the Intense Repair treatment makes her, the spray? I'm sorry, I'm confused. The Intense Repair shampoo makes her hair hurt when she flips her hair? I'm so confused. Can you talk to me, or are you at work? Okay. All right. While we wait for you, Alexa, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the leave-in conditioner. So the leave-in conditioner is one of my faves. It is kind of like the leave-in version of Renew because it strengthens the strands. It's great for detangling. It tames frizz as well. It's super awesome in the summer because it protects your hair from chlorine, and it also protects your hair from the sun, which is bomb. So that one's amazing. I call it a summer essential. Every hair type needs it. Even if you have thin hair, just use a tiny little bit and put it on your ends, I think. Okay, Alexa, I'm here for you.
Okay, so, hey, I was trying to word that as best as I could, but like,
it's okay.
So Danny, the girl that I FaceTimed you with when we did like the whole curly routine, she bought during when that like Intense Repair line was like $80 or whatever. So she signed up with that because she had like some thinning spots. So I said, okay, well, let's try you on that. And she only washes her hair once a week because I told her it's like super strong, so don't be like using it like every 2 days. So she says like now when she uses it, like she can only go 2 days and like she wants to wash her hair. And when she goes to like flip it, because like she parts on one side, I guess, but when she'd go to flip it, her hair would hurt.
Okay, I hear you.
Okay, I was like, I don't know if that makes sense.
I've actually done a lot of research on the Intense Repair line just because it fascinates me with who it can help. So a lot of times when you have new growth, it's your follicles. Like they're woken up now. So follicles that were not awake before, that's what this one does. It like shocks them awake. So I would think that would be because she's been using that one. It's been helping her hair grow. So those follicles that may have been dormant before are now awake. And
Right.
so when you're flipping your hair, I mean, I know, sometimes when you have like your hair is in a ponytail
Yeah, like mine,
and
when
it
I
like
have
hurts.
a bun for too long and I'll take it down, I'm done like,
Yeah.
ow, because like my hair
Yeah.
will hurt.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, I mean, it is a very, like, and I asked her, I was like, are you using it more than like once or twice a week? Because it's very strong. She's like, no, it's like once a week. And like now I like have to I want to wash my hair on like day 2 because I feel like it's dirty and it hurts. And I'm like,
I don't
okay.
know why she would feel like it's dirty unless it was like detox.
She's definitely still in her detox. She joined
Okay.
in end of March, like beginning of April.
Okay. So it
Yeah.
could also, I mean, I think that it's new growth. I'm not a doctor or anything, but it sounds like new growth because it's those follicles waking up and like pushing new hair out. But also like her feeling she has to wash like every 2 days or so could also be detox. So, I mean, I'm sure you know what to do with that.
Yeah.
So, I would say it's probably just that new hair growth all over the place if she's been washing strictly with Intense Repair.
Yeah, she has. And then like she has a flex ship coming up. So like when I did my wine and wash the other day, I gave her like I think 10 samples, I'm pretty sure. Like I gave her a mask, I gave her oil, like everything. So the only like curly ones that I gave her, like curly, was I gave her Renew, I gave her Advanced Hydration because Curly Girl Monica did like a whole thing for like 2 weeks about advanced hydration. So I did those for her. And then I made a smoothing bottle, like that little kit that I made or whatever, because I have like 10 smoothings underneath my sink. Yeah. So I just made her one of like each. But like, are there any others you would suggest for curly?
Though for shampoo conditioner wise, that is a perfect setup. Having that Renew is going to be great to combat any dryness or anything she might be having from the Intense Repair. Advanced hydration is super great for curly people because her curls probably need that extra hydration, and smoothing is my absolute go-to because of frizz and humidity for curly hair. So I think that's a great setup that you have for her for shampoo conditioner wise for sure.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we have the Junior Conditioner. So this is, again, ages 1 through 9. But if you have someone who has super, super, super sensitive skin, hair, scalp, whatever, try and put them on the Junior line to have them try that out and see if that works. It also combats frizz for kiddos. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much great. So the detangler is awesome, can be used for anybody. I call it a summer essential as well. It's great when you're at the pool and you got that chlorine hair, or it's great when you're at the beach and you got that sea salt and salt water and all that stuff. So spray it on your damp hair, brush from ends to roots, and you're good to go. It's gonna knock out all those tangles. Next one is my favorite, Smoothing Deep Conditioner. So this guy is super, like we just said, super great for curly girls, great for frizzy hair, not super great for thin hair because it is a deep conditioner, so it's super moisturizing, so it might be too heavy for them. Also, I mean, it's trial and error sometimes with people. Some people are great with it, some people with thinner hair aren't, so kind of trial and error, but I tend to try and stay away from it as much as I can with super thin haired people. But still great for daily use if you need to. It makes your hair soft, shiny, it protects against humidity. This Advanced Hydrating Conditioner, which we just talked about, great for thin hair that's super dry, great for curly hair because they need the hydration. It's a part of the Advanced Hydration Collection. Apply from the root to the tip. This can go on your roots as well because it's super lightweight, and it's going to help with that really dry scalp if that's someone who's using it. The Restructuring Pre-Wash Conditioner. So this one is a little different. You can use it as a regular conditioner, but in the set, it is supposed to be a pre-shampoo conditioner. And I know that's weird. But you just put a little bit in your hand and you run it through the ends of your hair it's like a hairnet. So remember that the restructuring line is for people with super damaged hair. So it's super brittle and susceptible to more damage when it's wet. So you put this hairnet on it to shield it from further damage during the shampoo process and the rest of the washing process. So this one goes first, And then you would follow it up with the shampoo, do the shampoo wash 1, wash 2, and then it follows up with a mask, and that's done in the shower. But you can use it as a normal conditioner if you're just super weirded out by not ending with a conditioner. You can do that too. I've done both. Normally when you end with the mask, you're good to go and you don't really need to do the conditioner, but you can if you want. So the next ones are the color duos. Again, the conditioners. And so just the same with the shampoos. The blonde is great for redheads as well. The platinum is a purple shampoo to remove brassiness. And the brunette is super great for people with brown hair. These are also not the most hydrating. So I wouldn't normally just pair someone with these duos. I would normally pair them with another set as well. Or whatever else they would need. So throwing that in there, or even like a leave-in conditioner. But just keep that in mind when you're setting people up with them. So the next one I'm going to talk about are the collections. I'm not going to do too much in depth here, but these are the most expensive products we have. So these run retail almost $200 for the whole set. And for VIPs, it's around $150. For us, I think it's like $120 or something like that. But the Restructuring Hair Care Collection is for super damaged, brittle, dry hair that is like falling off your head, breaking all the time. I used it. It brought my curls back. I lost my curl pattern and it gave it back to me. Thank the good Lord. But if your hair doesn't grow past a certain point, or if it's super damaged from color treatments, heat styling, braiding, throwing it up for cheer, whatever you're doing, that this is the one for you. And I mean, I think we all know who Sarah Hill is. Look at her before picture. She needed restructuring, but it wasn't out yet. So that is someone who needs restructuring when it's super fried and they need some help. The next one is the Advanced Hydrating Collection. So like we just talked about earlier, great for curly hair because it puts in that the good hydration, super good for thin hair, dry, thin hair. It's very lightweight. And those both come with, I think, four different products in the collections. Okay, on to treatments. So we have the Rejuvenique oil, which is infused in all of the products. You have a light and you have a regular. These are super great because they are what makes up Monat. If you are using Monat products and you're not using the oil on its own, then you're not using Monat. This is what Monat is. So you can use this. I now say you can use this in 102 different ways because they heal armpit detox rash, and that is not listed on the thing, but I can tell you from personal experience, it helps. So you can use it for scalp treatments, hair treatments on your ends. You can use it on your face for a moisturizer or makeup primer. You can use it on psoriasis, eczema, diaper rash, bites, armpit rashes, burns, sunburns, literally so many different things. Massages, you can put it in your diffuser if you're into that. Like so many different things you can use it for. It's amazing. The only difference between the regular and the, sorry, this just said Julia Foster is the host now, and it just reminded me of the I Am the Captain Now, the movie, whatever that was. You don't have to do anything, Julia, you're fine. I'm just like, anyway. So the light version is for more fine, thinner hair, and oily to combination skin. And the regular is for normal to thicker hair. Darcy said her phone died, but it's okay. Normal to thicker hair. And how is it still recording? Now I'm confused. Anyway, sorry. Where was I? Normal to thick hair. Oh, and normal to dry skin. So those are the only two differences between the two oils. They all still do the same thing. Yeah. So the next one is Rejuvabeads. This is for anyone with split ends, damaged ends. They need more strength. They're trying to grow their hair out, but it just breaks off at the end. This paired with the restructuring line is would be amazing for them. But again, if they don't want to spend that money, you can hook them up with the Rejuva beads, and it will help their ends be stronger, and it's buildable without being too heavy. It lasts throughout 3 washes. The Eye Wonder and Lash and Brow Serum, super great. It has Capixyl in it, so this is going to help your eyelashes fill in, your eyebrows fill in. You're going to see the best results if you're using it twice a day for like 4 weeks. You're going to see great results. It's made with a plant-based keratin, so that, hey Jess, can you mute yourself real quick? Sorry. It's made with a plant-based keratin and not an animal keratin, and that's what makes us vegan, and it's amazing. Next are the masks. So I'm going to go over these really quickly. So you have the Super Moisture Mask, which puts in depleted amino acids are replenished. It improves the hair texture and manageability. It's super great if you're dealing with a really dry hair or brittleness. The Super Moisture Mask is your way to go. Replenish. It helps eliminate frizz and reduce the split ends. It kind of gives your hair it revives your hair basically. It's super awesome. It's kind of like Renew shampoo in a mask form. So like Renew, Leave-In, Restore Leave-In, and Replenish are all kind of in the same thing, and they all kind of help out in the same ways. Helps with thinning hair as well, fights frizz. Heavenly Hydrating is really lightweight, and it's part of the Advanced Hydrating collection. So for the thin, dry people, this is for them. Hair Transformation Mask is amazing. It reverses damage, rebuilds broken bonds in hair. So it's for those people who have super, super, super damaged hair. It's a part of the Restructuring collection. The Inner Force Restructuring Serum is the leave-in part of the Restructuring collection. So this goes with that, but you can always order it for someone separate as well, any of these. It also rebuilds broken bonds and essential nutrients put back into the hair strand. The Intense Repair Treatment Spray, this is for targeted hair growth. So this is great for men, for women with postpartum hair loss. Use it twice a day for 4 weeks. You're going to see a difference. You got to stay on top of it. Like anything, consistency is key. The Double Action Hydrating Serum, this is great because it has a super great key ingredient, which is hyaluronic acid. And your body actually naturally produces it. Its main function is to retain water, to keep like your tissue like in your body lubricated, and does the exact same thing for your hair. So a lot of people will use it on their face in beauty cosmetics, but they formulated it for your hair so it can stay hydrated and vibrant and bouncy and all that kind of stuff. The next one is the Frizz Fix Smoothing Primer. Super great for controlling frizz. You can use this every day. I've used it on wet and on dry hair. It defends against humidity. It's super great. Oh, you're welcome, KB. So now we're to the grooming section. So a lot of this is the men's stuff. So we got the black beard oil. It has essential oils. It kind of has, I don't like the smell of it personally, but maybe that's just me, but it does soften beards. Mark liked the way it felt, but he didn't like the way it smelled either. So kind of like personal choice, I guess. But it's great for your skin as well. And then the black aftershave and moisturizer. So some helpful things to know is that it's not just for men. So you can use it as a makeup primer. So if you get it for your honey, but you also want to try it out, use it as a makeup primer. I've heard great things about it, but it calms burning sensation or skin irritation from shaving, reduces fine lines, or helps prevent them. And you can also put it on like where you might have razor burn. So it helps to reduce ingrown hairs, razor burn, red bumps, all that kind of stuff. So the black shave cream also helps reduce razor burn while you're doing it. Oh, you're fine. So it's super great for your bikini line when you're shaving, so you don't have any irritation there. It helps smooth the skin, and it moisturizes the skin as well. So those have great benefits for men and women. So now we're to the styling. Also for the people who just hopped on, if you have questions about any of these, just write it in the comments, or you can turn your mic on and ask a question at any time. So we're in the styling. So we have the new Studio One Strong Flexi Hold Hairspray. And this is great for, it's anti-humidity, but it doesn't have a cap on it. So you know how your dry shampoo or your hairspray cap falls off all the time because it sucks? Well, they got rid of it. And now you have an adjustable nozzle for a light spray or a strong spray. Super cool. I love it. And it locks in place. So it doesn't, you're not going to spray your bag when you throw it in your bag, but it locks out frizz and humidity. It's great. I love it for my curly hair when I'm doing my routine. The Black Room Styling Clay. So this one's for men. It's lightweight, but it's pliable hold, and it makes the hair feel thicker, and it has a matte finish, so it's not going to be like gel in the 90s. Your man's still going to look hot. So that's super great if they like to use a clay on their hair. The Reshape Root Lifter, you can spray that on wet hair. It is heat activated, so you can't just spray it in and then go do your dang thing. Like, you got to put some heat on it. Even if you're not blow drying your whole hair, still blow dry that part so it does what it needs to do. You can flip your head over while drying for added volume, but this is great for thin limp hair, duh. So spray it at the roots and then dry it. And it's supposed to be non-sticky. I've never used it personally, but I know some people who have. And some people even put it on dry hair and then still blow dry it. So let me know if that works. The Tassel Texturizing Mist. So people normally are mad that it's not more of a mist and it's like a stream. So I advise you to spray it in your hand first, rub it in your hands, and then scrunch it through your hair. Because if you spray it directly on your hair, it's probably going to leave a wet spot. So spray that in your hands first. It adds volume without weighing your hair down, defines layers, kind of gives your hair more texture, clearly. So spray it into your hands first before you spray it into your hair. The next one is our old hairspray. So the Refinish Control Hairspray, it's like a light to medium hold, and all of them are buildable too. So you can even build this one. It's humidity resistant, fights against frizz and humidity, and it doesn't leave a sticky residue, and you can still brush through it. The Restyle Instant Sculpt, oh my goodness. Restyle Instant Sculpting Taffy. That is hard to say. I would love to hear you guys try and say that. It is long lasting. I like to say it's like a hairspray in a clay. So you put it in your fingers, you rub it through your fingers, and you can either scrunch it into your hair, depending on your hairstyle, or you can like comb it through or kind of twist it around the curls, whatever you got going on. But it's supposed to last all day and night. Yeah. And then the mousse, I love it. The Moxie Magnifying Mousse, super great for curly hair, and it creates a good cast. So if you don't know naturally curly hair, then you probably don't know what cast means, but it helps clump your curls so that they're larger. And a cast, when you're diffusing or air drying, once that's dry, you scrunch it out and it holds the curl so that it'll last multiple days. This also gives volume for limp hair people. If you rub it into your roots and blow dry it, I know that Jenny has done that before and she had a lot of volume from that. Next is the blowout cream. Super great because it's like a 3-in-1. So it reduces your dry time, and it fights against frizz and humidity, and it protects against heat up to 350 degrees. So it's kind of a great multi-product that goes on there. I know that Hillary uses it for her curly hair, even though she lets it air dry because it helps with frizz. So you could even use it like that. Then your curl cream is supposed to be frizz-free, long-lasting. I've just started recently using it a lot more, and I like it. It's okay, but it's not my go-to. Mousse is more my go-to, but a lot of ethnic hair people will really like this with their curls mixed with the oil. It can be used for air drying or diffusing. And yeah, it's great for curl clumping as well. Then the air dry cream can be for literally anyone. I recommend using a very small amount because it can tend to be heavy for some people, but it adds some texture into your hair. You put it in your hair when it's wet, put some braids in or some twists, and when it's dry, run your fingers through, and it should be able to give you some waves or some kind of curl without using heat. It's kind of a love it or hate it kind of product. Some people love it, some people despise it. The next is the Thermal Protect Styling Shield. This protects up to 450 degrees. So if you have someone who's using a wand or who uses styling products all the freaking time, this one would be for them, and not really so much the blow dry cream because it protects up to higher heat. It can be used on wet or dry hair as well. The thickening spray is really for anyone, but it's great for thin hair because it, of course, thickens the hair. But if you just want added volume and you want to be like Dolly Parton, go for it and have that high hair and bounce. The last things are the pet line, and those pretty much speak for themselves. Dog wash, which is like a dog shampoo, and then the spray. So the times between when you're giving your dog a bath, you can spray it with the deodorizing spray. What's super great about it is that it's pH balanced specifically for a dog's skin, and I didn't know that that was even a thing, but it is. I hear it smells super great. Yeah. So that is all the products. I am so sorry, that is a lot of information, but I have like 15 minutes to go over the next thing, and I will keep it as simple and short as I can. This is a great time for you to ask any questions if you have any about the products that I went over. Hopefully part of this has been recorded so that people can have it. But we're going to talk real quick about how to fit a VIP and why we're going to choose that certain product for them. So I have had a lot of hair quizzes today from a poll that I did. If you haven't done a hair quiz poll on your story, you need to do that. Sometimes it works and it's great. Sometimes it doesn't work and it's annoying, but when it works, it's awesome. So have that person fill out a hair quiz. I have a hair quiz for women and I have a hair quiz for men. So the answers, the questions that we ask women are not necessarily applicable to men all the time. So I have two different ones, and I'll post these on Goal Getters. But you want to make sure you're choosing hair products that fit their hair goals. So that's why we ask that question. Like if I'm saying I have oily, frizzy hair that is sometimes limp, but my biggest goal is to get rid of that frizz, I'm not so much going to be looking for volume with the Reshape Root Lifter. I'm going to be looking to get rid of frizz with the Frizz Fix Primer. So make sure you're taking into consideration their hair goals because that's what they're most worried about. So when you're giving them the recommendations for the hair products, make sure you're talking to them about their hair. So don't just say, oh, this is Revive shampoo, gentle volumizing cleanser that delivers body to fine and limp hair, blah, 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 blah. Make sure it's personal to them. Like, yeah, I'm going to set you up with a Revive shampoo. It's super great for thin, oily hair. So that oil of yours, like we're going to take care of it. And it's going to also give you some volume. So like you're not just telling them what the product is, but you're telling them what it's doing for them. So you're making it personal to them. Also be relatable, but also be informative. People want to know what they're buying if they've never heard about it before. So I always start mine off with saying, hey, I'm going to explain this stuff to you. So try and track along with me. It's a lot, but it's informational. It's good to know. And they appreciate that. So the last thing, when you're recommending products, recommend more than they initially even need. So this is how you're going to be able to upsell. So normally people only need to buy 3 things to start out, but try recommending them 4, or even try recommending more. So this is something that Christina Smallwood does. She recommends, oh no, it wasn't Christina Smallwood. Now that I think about that, it was actually Salvage Soul, Krista Parney. I think it was Krista Parney. She recommends like a 6-month regimen. So she gives them like 9 products. And she's like, so you're going to have this, this, and this for like the first 3 months, and then your next order we'll be able to give you these 2 or these 3, and then the next one these 3. So she basically sets up a 6-month regimen. She tells them all 9 products, but she lets it be known that they don't need to purchase all right now, but it sets them up to know that they're having future orders. So those flex ships are going to be completed no matter what, because they're ready to purchase those items in the future. So it's not like oh, I have a flex ship, what should I get? Because you've already recommended that. I have yet to do this myself, but I'm going to try with my next VIP and see how that goes. So if you guys try this, let me know how it goes for you. So you set them up with 9 products, what they might need for their whole regimen for a 6 to 9 month period of time whenever they want to make those orders. The third way that you can recommend products is if their hair fits the $199 product pack, pitch it. Pitch all the products in the product pack. So if that is someone who has thin, limp, oily hair, they can use Revive and Revitalize. They have that dry shampoo to get them to day 2, 3 hair before that Revive starts kicking in. Rejuva beads to help their split ends, to strengthen their ends, to grow their hair. Oil because everybody in the freaking world needs it. And then blowout cream to reduce frizz and heat protectant. Hello, perfect. So if you have someone that fits that, pitch them that product pack because 1, they're going to get a major discount for their next purchases down the road. And 2, you're going to get an active line and a product pack bonus. They don't have to sell. You don't even have to mention that part, honestly. You can if you want to and just be like, hey, you have the opportunity to make money if you want to, but it's not necessary. You can just get a bigger discount. I like to call a market partner for the discount a glorified VIP. You can call it whatever you want. But those are the 3 different ways that you can recommend products and offer more than like just the $84. You can always upsell. I always upsell. I always mention 4 products. I never mention less than that, and everyone always buys all 4 because they're like, oh, that's a great deal. So I'm going to do just a few hair quizzes. Actually, if you guys can, if you're comfortable with this, honestly, I don't care if you're comfortable with this. Can you turn on your camera and your microphone? Because I want to see if we can fit these people together. So I could just sit here and tell you what I would fit these people with, but it's better if we can just do it together if you can. If you need to type it out, that's totally fine too if you're in a place where you can't talk. But I have hair quizzes here that I would like to share with you. So let's see. We'll do this one. So she has thick hair. She has a dry scalp. Maybe I should type these out. Let me type these out just so you can see them too while I'm saying them. So she has thick. Ooh, that is not the right thing. Okay. Oh, Val sleeping. You're fine, Ashley. You can just type it out. Thick hair, dry scalp. She's curly. She's frizzy. She washes every 2 to 3 days. No dry shampoo. No heat. No color. Her hair goal is less frizz. Who wants to take a stab at it? I already fit this girl, so I know what I fit her with. So who wants to take a stab at it? Jess, Kelsey, Julia, Ashley, Abby. Do you want to, Ashley? Ashley might be typing. I don't know. Yeah, Ashley's typing. Okay. Ashley's in bed with her sleeping daughter, so that's why she can't talk. Okay, just to move this along, so Ashley, you can do that one. I'm gonna give, who's on here? Kelsey, I'm gonna give you one, okay?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So if you wanna write this down or just listen, thick, dry, so thick hair, dry scalp, curly hair, frizzy, washes 2 to 3 days. She uses dry shampoo, no heat, no color, and she also wants less frizz and healthier hair. You got that?
Kinda.
If I can repeat some if you need me to.
Okay. Thick hair.
Mm-hmm.
You say dry scalp?
Dry scalp.
Thick hair, dry scalp.
She's
Uses
curly.
dry shampoo.
Mm-hmm.
She's frizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Thick, dry scalp. Frizzy, dry shampoo.
Sorry, I'm like running out of
Definitely smoothing conditioner.
Yes.
Um, kind of thinking Renew shampoo. Since she's
That
thick
was
and
my
dry.
that was my initial thought, was Renew, because I was like, oh, well, you're dry. But then I thought, okay, why is she using dry shampoo? Like, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
have a dry scalp, why are you using dry shampoo and still like waiting 2 to 3 days? So I chose to not do Renew, and I did smoothing shampoo because that is kind of neutral. So I was like, well, she's not super oily, and she's clearly not super, super dry because she would be using dry shampoo. So I went with Smoothing Duo. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what styling product would you fit her with?
Okay, repeat her hair type again.
She's curly, she's frizzy, she wants less frizz and healthier hair, and she wears her hair natural.
Frizzy.
And we already paired her with the Smoothing Duo.
Frizzy. You said no heat?
Mm-mm.
Right, natural. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frizzy. Man, my mind's blank. All this
okay.
pressure.
No, it's okay. No pressure, no pressure. So I paired her with the Mousse because she wears her hair natural, and that's a great product for curly hair. And she wants less frizz, so that's going to help create that cast for her, and which is a curly word. And then the fourth product that I upsold her was the dry shampoo because I knew that she used it. So I was like,
Yeah.
gotta switch. So I paired her with the dry shampoo. So good job. Let's check in with Ashley. What did she say? The Replenish mask for the girl that I just talked about, Jess. Yeah, that could be something that she would have. I normally don't do a mask first off because they're like $50. But that would definitely be something that I would do like on a flex ship for sure. She would do really well with that because she has frizz. And Replenish is super great for curly hair too. So let's check in with Ashley. Ashley said Renew, Smoothing Conditioner, Frizz Fix, Curl Cream OFY, and Mousse. Yeah, I mean, that would definitely work because she wants less frizz. I ended up giving her the leave-in conditioner, but definitely Frizz Fix is huge too, and that definitely works. They both reduce frizz. Clearly one is specifically meant for frizz, but because it's summer, I also gave her the leave-in conditioner because you can use it in multiple different ways. Does that make sense, you guys? I always forget that curly girls. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's see. Okay, these are not as fun because all of these are pretty much the same. I don't know why I had like tons of curly girls coming to me today, but I'll throw out one. We're gonna do thin hair, oily scalp. This will be our last one. Thin hair, oily scalp, frizzy, and she colors her hair and she uses heat. She's doing all the dang things. Her goals are her goals are to go longer between washes and more volume. Who wants to take a stab at it? Who hasn't done one yet? Also, this can be a group thing too. So if multiple people need to do it, then that's fine. We got 3 minutes. Are you gonna win, Jess? Let's think. Okay, we've got thin hair. She's frizzy. So if she's thin and frizzy, we would not give her what? No Revive. Right, good. We would not give her Revive. Even though she's thin, she's frizzy, and that's not a good pair. No Recital. We would also not give her Revitalize either because she's frizzy. So that already knocks those two out of the game. So let's see. She's thin. She has an oily scalp, so we would go straight to black because she's frizzy. So she would have black shampoo, correct? And smoothie conditioner. Yes, I like that because of the frizz. If you are worried that she's too thin for smoothing deep conditioner, you could pair her with Intense Repair conditioner because that will also help. It's also hydrating and stuff. It doesn't fight against humidity, but it will help with like frizzy, damaged hair, anything like that. And she does color her hair, so that could be good too. Yeah, see, Jess, it doesn't work. For us kind of feel it works for other people. She uses heat, so a heat protectant is great. Because she's frizzy, I would choose the blowout cream before I would choose the Thermal Protect because it fights against frizz and it's a heat protectant. Now, if she uses tons of high heat, then I would say Thermal Protect, but normally people don't use too high of heat, and we always tell them to turn their styling tools down anyway. So I would do blowout cream instead. And then for the fourth one, Root Lifter is good. If she wants more volume, like that's super great. So you've already hit all of her goals. So her main goals were trying to go longer between washes. The black is going to help with that. And I would even throw in a dry shampoo. Like, who doesn't want to try some dry shampoo? So you could throw in another one. So dry shampoo, black shampoo, smoothing conditioner or Intense Repair conditioner, blowout cream or Thermal Protect, and the Root Lifter is super great. If she wants to add in the thickening spray, she could do that too. She's got tons of options. For a mask, if you wanted to do that, she could also do Replenish. She could do Replenish. She could do hair transformation if she has a lot of damage from color. That girl's got options. So does that all make sense? Give me a yes. Type in a yes. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Yeah, sweet. Cool. All right. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you for sticking with me through this hour. I know it was long, but I hope it was helpful. I'm going to upload these documents that I was reading off of. You can save them to your notes on your phone. You can save them wherever the heck you want. I don't care. I hope it was helpful. If you ever need help fitting anyone, come to me. I'm happy to help. I'm such a geek when it comes to product knowledge. So thanks, guys, and I hope you guys have a lovely night. Bye.